Roberto Firmino must outshine Gabriel Jesus again during Man City vs Liverpool. His spot in Brazil's World Cup starting 11 depends on it. Last Wednesday was hardly the greatest 90 minutes in the Manchester City career of Gabriel Jesus. At the other end of the pitch, Roberto Firmino was full of fizz. So might the Liverpool man be in the lead in the race to be Brazil's World Cup centre-forward? As it stands, emphatically not. Firmino has a problem with the Brazilian audience. They never saw him start for a big club. He developed in Germany, and was a virtual unknown back home when he made his Brazil debut back in November 2014. This leaves him in a vulnerable position. Some, such as former international striker Edmundo, have attacked him as a player not good enough to play for the national team. Recent exploits with Liverpool have boosted his profile, but he still lags some way behind his competitor. Jesus was a teenage star with Palmeiras, one of the traditional giants of the massive city of São Paulo. He made his name helping the club win the domestic cup in 2015, and consolidated it the following year when Palmeiras won the league. And Jesus has also proved to be something of a savior with the national team. Centre-forward has been a problem position in recent years. Fred, a hapless figure in the last World Cup, has been a consistent marksman in domestic football. The outstanding player in last year's Brazilian Championship was his 2014 reserve, the one-time Manchester City and Everton flop Joe. These are hardly names to strike fear into opposing defenses. The centre-forward slot was wide open until the first match in charge of coach Tite, a crunch World Cup qualifier away to Ecuador in September 2016. Brazil would have been happy with a draw, but Jesus won the game for them in the last few minutes, winning a penalty and then scoring two wonderful goals. He now has 9 and 15 internationals, including the only goal in last month's 1-0 win away to Germany. Firmino, meanwhile, has 5 goals from 19 Brazil appearances. When the squad assembles at the end of May, then, it is almost certain that Jesus will be in the starting lineup, and Firmino will be on the bench. But things could change. The World Cup operates like time sped up. Teams suddenly come together, or fall apart. Surefire starters can lose their place, and previously anonymous reserves can be propelled towards stardom. Coach Tite has hinted at the idea of using both Jesus and Firmino together. The versatility of the pair may well allow for such a move, which could be useful against some of the more defensive opponents that Brazil will surely meet in the early stages of the competition. But Tite did not take the opportunity of trying out this experiment in the recent game against Russia, where he was looking for a more attacking formation. Instead, Firmino came on for Jesus in the second half, with Philippe Coutinho given a free role behind the striker. With time on the training ground before the tournament, a Jesus-Firmino partnership could yet emerge, if only as an emergency second-half option. But the likelihood is that Brazil will start with one or the other, with Jesus in pole position. The closing stages of the Champions League will give one of them a chance to push his claims in front of a massive global audience. All the more motivation for Firmino to score a vital away goal at the Etihad and help ensure that Liverpool march on the semi-finals.